Today I fucked up by turning my cat into an iPad kid. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or Happy New Year, hools. It's your chaotic duo, Darryl and Brianna, the Daydream Arcade. We're back for more spicy Reddit stories. What is this in my hand? Well, it's a little plushy croissant that I got from Five Below. And yeah.
What is this in my hand? It's a cockroach encapsulated in live resin. Not live resin, resin. I was thinking of weed.
What is that, like, rosin?
Yeah, it's like resin.
Is it resin or rosin? Ah, okay.
The stuff to, like, put shit in? Or smoke?
Or, yeah, the stuff to smoke.
Oh. Well, there's resin and rosin.
What's the difference between resin and rosin?
Couldn't tell you, to be honest. But yeah, this is a cockroach. And I also have a spider.
Are they Florida natives?
Probably not. They're just some guys that that Clarissa gave me.
At work the other day, I had somebody ask me to get a spider out of a particular room, and this one was, and I've seen some spiders, some pretty big spiders in the building that I work at because we're literally right next to the woods. So we get a lot of wolf spiders and stuff like that. But this one I had never seen before, and this one was pretty big for the ones that I'd seen. And I end up putting it in a cup and like putting a piece of paper underneath, and I bring it outside. And when I put it out, I stop there and I look at it for a little bit. And then as I'm getting up to go back inside, it shoots like this liquid from its ass right in my general direction. It didn't get on me or anything like that. But it was big enough to, I hope it was shit and not some fucking like venom or something like that.
It probably was.
I went home.
Well, no, doesn't that come out of their fangs?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that there's some spider out there that can shoot something out of its ass. Or I don't know. Maybe it was some sort of acid. But it didn't get on me, so it's fine.
That's good. Yeah, it's really funny because I'm most terrified of spiders and cockroaches, and I have two of them just chilling on my desk right now.
Yeah, but you evilly have them encapsulated inside of fucking resin.
Yep.
So it's like you can just sit there and just look at them and be like, yeah.
Yeah, you're fucking dead, and I'm not. Get wrecked.
So get wrecked.
Exactly.
So this post was from r/AmITheWeenie. And it was posted by Large Maximum 8191. Am I the weenie for telling my husband correct information about a croissant? That's why I have my croissant pillow.
Interesting.
It's perfect for naps because you can just put it right here and then you can just lean your head down. Anyway, I, 38, brought my husband, 45, home a chocolate croissant. I told him, I got you a chocolate croissant. When he looked in the bag, he said, I thought you got a chocolate croissant. This isn't a croissant. I told him that's what the bakery and many people will call a chocolate croissant, and he could Google to confirm. He said, a croissant is a specific shape. This is not a croissant. I Googled chocolate croissant and showed him that what he had in front of him was considered a croissant. How many times are we going to say this word?
Take a shot every time you say croissant.
Angry. Eat a croissant every time I say croissant. He then became very angry, yelling and accusing me of, quote unquote, always having to be right. He said that his criticism was about the croissant and not me. The fact that I had to prove him wrong was a deep failing in me, and that I'm just like my father. What does that croissant have that I don't have? I told him in no way did I take anything personally, and I didn't want to prove him wrong, just share information about what is considered a croissant, as he is so firmly against the information I told him. This ended in him yelling more, storming off, and closing the door to our bedroom. Nothing inside me wants to prove him wrong. Also, if he didn't consider a croissant, even though others may, that's fine. On my side, I know having someone say, well, actually, must be annoying sometimes. I could have just ignored him and let him believe whatever he wants. Who really cares what he believes a croissant is? But I'm someone who likes facts and sharing opinions, and I'm happy to be wrong and learn something new. Am I wrong to assume his response would be, oh, cool, I didn't know that, instead of lashing out and accusing me of needing to be right? Am I the weenie for sharing correct information about a croissant? No, because you handled it in a way where you didn't end up storming off and sheltering yourself off in the bedroom.
Yeah, that's kind of cringe to just get so bent out of shape over being wrong. Like, imagine.
I do Yeah, and I do also, I do get the OP's point of having somebody say, well, actually, and correcting you a lot can be annoying, can get annoying. Over a chocolate croissant, over croissant. I'm just added up the croissant.
Holy shit.
Numbers.
Sounds like a slur now. I feel like it's all about how you go about it. You know, like when you're correcting someone. And I don't think they really did anything bad. Like,
no, not at all.
Just like, hey, here's a picture of a chocolate croissant since you're fighting me so hard saying it's not a croissant.
I might just be getting a little technical here, but I don't necessarily think that... I mean, have you ever had a chocolate croissant before?
Yeah.
They're so good. But most of the time, like, you understand where this is. It's mostly, you know, in like a square or like a rectangle shape. It's not the typical shape of a croissant. I've seen maybe, but them in regular croissant shapes. But it's still the same kind of dough. It's done the same
thing.
Way. I recently found out that croissants are actually really difficult to make.
Oh yeah, that flakiness.
And the flakiness, yeah, that's where a lot of people can go wrong with making croissants from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Large maximum, definitely not the weenie.
No, not at all.
You wanted to do something very sweet for your husband, literally, getting him a chocolate croissant, and he just got all bent out of shape about,
for the technical term. Like, what the fuck, dude? I think your husband's a little baby.
Little baby boy.
Baby.
The top commander, Ditto Head Forever, says, "You're not the weenie. The appropriate response
commander.
to..."
I love that.
It says Commander in Cheeks. The appropriate response to "I got you a chocolate croissant" is "Awesome, thank you."
Yeah.
Not a lecture about semantics. Then highlighting, "He then became very angry, yelling and accusing me of always having to be right. Wow, what an overreaction. He's the one who insisted upon correcting your words. Is he the only one permitted to correct people?"
Yup. Bam. Bing, bang, boom.
Bada bing, bada boom, get this guy out of the room.
Yup.
OP commented to Ditto Head Forever, "Thank you for your opinion. That's what I expected too. As a neurodiverse woman, all I hope is for a neutral sharing of information. Sometimes I wonder, if one of his friends said the same thing, would he be yelling at them and accusing them of always needing to be right? I think my husband takes things to heart, and I love him, so I want to communicate with him in a way he can accept. But I do feel I lose a part of myself when he doesn't understand where I'm coming from at all." Yeah.
Yep. God, that's annoying as hell. Literally just like, hey, this is how good a croissant is. I was right.
Yeah. And if he's getting all angry and yelling at her over a croissant, what
else is
I
he
don't want to
yelling at her
know
for?
Yeah, I don't want to know how he deals with more serious
actual
stuff,
conflict,
I guess.
yeah.
And also, does he actually treat his wife differently from his friends or other people if they
Usually that's the
something?
case, because they feel all macho and like big and bad because they're yelling at their partner, but won't do the same with their friends because they're cowards.
And the actual technical name for the chocolate croissant on the Wikipedia, it is 100% the rectangular kind of square-ish shape. So, guy, you can
Eat shit.
Eat a shit-covered croissant. A shit-filled croissant. Yeah.
This is from Am I the Devil? It was originally posted on r/relationship advice. So the OP is 25 male. How to make amends with my brother, 23 male, after betraying him years ago.
How did 25 male
yeah,
make...
I was like, what? How did 25
male? I didn't
male?
notice that until I actually read it myself.
My brother, John, and I didn't have the best relationship. It started off strong, but as I got older, I viewed life as a game and spent my life belittling him. Everything was a challenge to me. I loved outdoing him when I could, but I started to see him pass me quickly in accomplishments. The one area I always had was women. He was always a lover boy, and I know how to keep it real. But then about 4 years ago, he started dating one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen. He was head over heels in love with her. I never thought about crossing that line, but a friend of mine told me I couldn't pull her. So I said, fuck it. Time to prove him wrong. It took a few months, but I managed to start hooking up with her.
My God.
They had been together a year at this point when he found out he was hurt and been no contact ever since. This impacted me in the most horrible way possible. My parents went low contact with me and stopped giving me the assistance I need. I lost a lot of people to the situation. I'll be honest, I don't make money. My brother makes substantially more and a lot of money for not just his age, but in general. My parents are comfortable and in retirement, and my oldest sister and her husband make good money. But because of the situation, my sister sided with John, understandably, and is low contact, and she provided me no help. I was very distracted when I was younger and made bad decisions that led me to a point where I bounced from retail job to retail job. I figured if I can make amends with him, I can start getting the help I need to turn things around in my life. My family would stop being low contact and be more generous. I texted him the first time in years and got no reply. Messaged him on social media from alt accounts, no reply. I can't just go visit him because he lives and works in DC, and that's far. So how do I make amends?
It's mind-blowing to me that this all happened because one of his friends was like, I bet you can't.
You couldn't waterboard this information out of me. Like, this is embarrassing to fully admit on the internet that someone said, you couldn't do it. And he said, a fucking bet.
Oh, watch. Tomorrow when I wake up, that's going to be my number one priority.
Bro, you have bigger fish to fry than to see if you can pull your brother's girlfriend. Which, by the way, your brother's girlfriend also fucking sucks.
Like, also, it's just, doesn't seem, the way that he presents his brother, doesn't seem like he should be the one that's jealous of him.
Yeah. I don't blame them for fucking dropping you like that, because you seem like a piece of shit a little bit, and you should start focusing on your own life and getting your shit together before you try ruining other people's lives, because you are unfulfilled and unsatisfied with your own.
Yeah.
Mister,
kind of,
you know how to keep it real? Man, shut the fuck up.
Let me keep it real. This is not a time to immediately be looking to make amends with your brother, because that just seems to come across as you feel incredibly guilty and you'll do anything just to be in the good graces of your brother again so that you don't have to feel guilty in the short term or the long term. But fucking up like this is really gross and disgusting, and if I was the brother, this would probably be something that would bother me for years.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm not the brother, so I can't really give any advice necessarily on how you can even start to make amends, but I guess, like what you said, you focusing on getting better and focusing on actually doing good things for yourself and for other people is a good way to start, but this isn't something that I think you can just immediately resolve.
And even the way he worded everything is like, he's just trying to make amends so he won't have to worry and he can be financially sustained.
Right.
By not himself. Like,
mm-hmm.
It's like, so why are you really wanting to reach out? So you don't have to worry about money anymore?
Yeah.
Weird.
This post was posted on Today I Fucked Up by Dead Dollash. Dead Dollish? Today I fucked up by turning my cat into an iPad kid. Recently, my TV broke, so I decided it would be cool to replace it with a projector. A few days ago, the projector arrived, and I spent a few hours setting it up and playing around with it. Then, I had the bright idea to put on one of those videos made for cats, the ones with insects, lasers, and mice, to see how my cat would react. She fucking loved it. Naturally, I let her watch for about an hour before turning it off for the night. She protested a little, but nothing too serious. At least, not compared to what was coming. Over the next few days, I foolishly let her watch the projector a few more times, thinking it was hilarious how excited she was about her new toy. However, as time went on, she started to get a bit more vocal, growling and meowing at me to get my attention. I soon realized it was because of the ads. She was throwing tantrums because she couldn't stand waiting. Now, she complains whenever I turn it off, or if she gets interrupted, and bonus points, my YouTube now thinks I'm a cat. The next thing you should do, you should get a Vespa and put your cat on the Vespa, and then you have totally reached the epitome of spoiled. Also, get one of the feeding dispensers that, even though it's a neat idea, but for the joke, I'm just saying, get one of those and put it on a timer for like, I don't know, 4 times a day. Really spoil your cat.
Really spoil. That is so funny. Yeah, I've tried like putting it on a TV or like an iPad or whatever to see if Shadow fucks with it, but she doesn't really give a fuck, unfortunately. Yeah. But Clarissa's cat, like both of her cats, are obsessed with those videos. Like they are
awesome.
fully like in it.
I don't think I've tried that with Lemon. I'm sure that I maybe could get her to react to it, but also at the same time, I'm not sure if she would react to them at all. She is a very, I guess, well-stimulated cat, as some of you have probably seen whenever she freaks out on the back of my chair whenever I'm taking care of her. I don't know, next time I have her, I'll probably have to do that.
You should. Give it a shot.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so for this last one, it's a special little one because it was submitted onto our own subreddit by one of you guys. Woo! Hell yeah! I'm very excited for this one.
Just 5 minutes of us just sitting here clapping.
Oh, fuck.
Your dad comes in and says, are you okay?
Are you okay? So it was posted by user, sorry if I'm gonna mispronounce this, Rennie Cosplay. They posted it originally on Am I the Weenie? Am I the Weenie for telling my dad's girlfriend she needs to apologize to my sister after ruining her college graduation? So yesterday was my 25 female, sister's 22 female college graduation. My mom, 60 female, and my dad, 54 male, are divorced and have been for around 8 or 9 years now. They don't usually get along, and my family has way too much drama to count. My brother, 32 male, also doesn't have a great relationship with my mom. But my sister and I both have a good relationship with all of our blood family members. My sister's one rule for everyone was that there would be no fighting or arguments for her one special day, and she was very clear with everyone about that. Fair and valid.
Mm-hmm.
At the graduation ceremony was... my God, sorry.
My heartburn, my indigestion, my septic, and pretty soon my diarrhea.
Yes. At the graduation ceremony was my sister, brother, mom, dad, myself, my grandma, dad's side, and my dad's girlfriend, Julie. Female, at least 50. I don't know her age. And a picture of my very recently deceased grandpa, dad's side. The dad was...
Julie's actually like 20. Like, I don't know how old she is.
No.
She smokes a lot of cigarettes.
Julie fucking sucks. The day was already stressful because Julie does not like my mom at all. I don't know why exactly, but they do. And my sister is still very emotional over my grandpa's death because he was very supportive of her college journey, and their one hope was for him to live long enough to see her graduate. Around 5:30 p.m., we go to take pictures together, and my mom says something along the lines of, I want a picture of just the family, meaning blood relatives, and Julie says, I am the family. Or sorry, I am the family.
But Julie,
please, God. Jesus. Meaning blood relatives, and Julie says, I am family. And my mom starts trying to explain what she meant, and Julie keeps repeating, I am family now.
I'm sorry, that just reads like a horror movie.
I am family now.
The clouds just start getting black, and then there's just like a lot of wind sweeping up, and it's the middle of fall, so there's leaves, and people are like losing their hats, and they're looking up into the sky, and Julie is just ascending above into the sky, and just says, I am family now.
God.
I'm sorry, I hope we're not like ruining this person's story. This is a
poor
serious
person.
matter. But I mean, for all we know, they're probably laughing their ass off right now. I hope.
They're probably writing a strongly worded comment being like, Darryl fucking sucks.
He ruins every story. You need to get a new host.
God. Okay. After a bit of going back and forth, Julie gives up and goes over to my grandma and starts loudly complaining about my mother. My sister is now visibly irritated and annoyed and wants to get pictures over with. We then move in front of the college mascot statue, and Julie brings out the picture of Grandpa first, and my sister immediately starts crying. So we tell her to put it away and we'll take the picture later. After we take some, and my sister wants a picture with everyone all together. Julie stands off to the side and says, no, she's not family. No, it's okay. I'm not family. I'm getting annoyed because I think she, at her grown age, is acting childish. We finally get the picture and we move on to going to the actual graduation. We all pile into my grandpa's van and Julie says, can't we take mother's name? Oh, can't we take mother's name? Can't we take mother's name back to her car so we can drive separately? My dad says no. Well, I'll be late to the graduation then. At the graduation itself, more snide remarks from my mom to Julie and from Julie to my mom are exchanged while my sister and I aren't around. She forgot her cap, so I was running around to find her. Julie and mom sit in the opposite side of our little line of people. After the ceremony, we all go out onto the promenade, waiting for my sister to come out, and Julie makes a comment like, sister doesn't want to see us anymore tonight. I don't know why. At that point, I couldn't bite my tongue anymore. I didn't yell, but I was exasperated and said, well, to be quite honest with you, dad and mom owe sister's name a sincere and genuine apology. At that point, she blew up. She got in my face and she started screaming at me and pointing her finger in my face. It sounded like you got fucking punched in the face, brother. Jesus.
That was my I'm playing Mike Tyson's
I didn't
Mike
even
Tyson.
finish the sentence you said. Oh.
You're just like, she blew up.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my sound for when I blow up.
God. She's screaming how she was blindsided by my mom coming to her daughter's graduation and how she's been manipulated all day long. Okay, sorry. Blindsided by by the biological mother going to her daughter's graduation? Pardon?
How could I have seen this coming?
How could I have seen this coming?
How could this have been prevented?
Like,
how
what
could this happen?
Holy shit. I told her to stop screaming at me, and she, still screaming, said, I'm sorry, I have a brain injury. And I, granted probably didn't need to say this, said, and I have severe ADHD. It's not a competition. We're all grown adults here. You should know how to act like one. My mom kept getting close to me and Julie, and it was exacerbating the situation. I kept pushing my mom back and yelling at her to stop getting so close and leave it alone. I can handle myself. This is all happening right after the graduation finished, so there's tons of families and people all turning and staring at the dramatic scene unfolding in front of them. At that point, I was so upset, and when I get extremely upset, I start crying. Me too. So I was crying and angry on behalf of my sister. Julie then storms off and says she can't do this anymore and sits in the car the rest of the time. My dad was standing there the entire time, letting her yell at me and just telling her once in a while very softly to calm down. It's now the day after, and neither my dad nor Julie have apologized to me, and I haven't spoken to either of them. Some extra information. She and my dad haven't been dating for more than a year. I didn't know she had a brain injury up until a day or two ago that she mentioned in passing. She's never snapped at me like that before. Once to my mom in the past, but I assumed it was because my mom is his ex-wife. So am I the weenie?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Julie is kind of unhinged for doing that. Especially just like, your dad and Julie haven't even been dating for a year. And she's like, I am family. What the fuck?
It's very off-putting.
Yeah.
Because they were not your kids to begin with.
Yeah, like you don't get a say in like anything that has to do with your partner's children from a previous marriage or like anything. You know, you're not their mother.
Until you make that like kind of form that bridge of trust between, I guess, unless you end up being with that person for a long time and then I don't know, that trust is built in there, but just right out, but like you shouldn't ever.
I feel like even then, because they're grown ass women now, they're 25 and 22. Like,
yeah, no, yeah, you're right. You are right. At that point, it's just they don't. There's absolutely no.
You are simply just their father's girlfriend. Like you have no say in anything that happens in this family, and to just outright start shit like that, that's just unnecessary, dude. Unnecessary. OP. I hope you're in a better situation and that you and your sister and just all of your family are doing better. And thank you for submitting.
Yeah. If anybody would like to submit a story of their own, again, you can go to r/the Daydream Arcade and you can submit a post there.
Well, guys, those were some spicy stories. If you are interested in watching all of the other spicy Reddit story videos that we have done, you can binge them all in a playlist that is going to be linked at the end of this video. And also, if you go on our channel and go to playlists, it's going to be front and center, right there. Watch them all, baby.
Right in front of your face. If you want to get these stories on the go, you can listen to them on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please rate the show 5 stars. Leave a comment, because Spotify has comments now. You can leave a review, as if you want, as well, on Apple Podcasts. And every little bit helps, y'all.
Woo! Happy time zones.
All right,
and have a wonderful rest of whatever day.